7:14, here's Katie.
Okay, Matt, thank you. Now to a legal case about what constitutes free speech. It's the case of the Cussing Canoeist, who goes on trial today. NBC's Ann Thompson reports on how a tumble from a boat landed in a Michigan courtroom.
The Rifle River, for generations, a canoeer's delight, especially for families.
Hey! Hi!
A lazy summer float in rural mid-Michigan, 2.5 hours north of Detroit, miles away from everything. Wildlife above and along its shores, both animal and, more recently, human.
Party!
With their own kind of air pollution. But authorities say what happened here last August 15th was so unusual, so unlawful, it merited a ticket and now a trial. A 3-minute string of curse words, an obscene tirade, so loud it could be heard a quarter mile away. The accused, 25-year-old Timothy Boomer.
That was my first time canoeing, obviously my last time. And since that, I've been known as AKA the Cussing Canoeist.
Today, Boomer goes on trial for swearing in front of children, a violation of a 102-year-old Michigan law.
I have no previous record, and I'm really not one for the jail system.
But Boomer could get up to 90 days in jail and a $100 fine for what he did when he fell out of his canoe, floating with some friends after the boat hit a rock in the shallow Rifle River. Did you swear?
I can't say right now.
The sheriff's deputy patrolling the river claims he did, and so do Tammy and Mike Smith.
They hit a big rock and out he went. He was standing up in the canoe.
The Smiths were floating nearby with their then 2-year-old daughter Samantha and 5-year-old son Casey.
He came up screaming, like, you know, the Incredible Hulk show, and he'd come up, roar! It was Incredible Tim. He came up, and the first word out of his mouth was the F word.
But it wasn't just one curse word they heard on this river.
He continued with, F this place, F this effing river. I want to get the F out of here. I'm tired of this effing canoe trip. I want to get the F out of here right now.
Tammy tried to protect her daughter.
So I just put my hands over her ears. I didn't want her to hear what was going on.
And the Smiths say Boomer wasn't cursing quietly.
How loud was Boomer?
You want me to do it aloud? Hey, Steve!
Regardless of the decibel level or what was said on the Rifle River, Boomer's attorney says the canoeist was well within his constitutional rights.
The issue in this case is whether or not it can be made a crime. There are many things in our society that are impolite or offensive, which nonetheless doesn't give us a right to go call 911.
Street argues this is a matter of freedom of speech, but the prosecutor says Boomer's actions do not meet the standard.
There was no meaningful thought, no intent to communicate, no content with what he said whatsoever. He's simply screaming out profanities repeatedly at the top of his lungs in front of small children.
Rowdy behavior on the river. For 3 years, the target of patrols here. A crackdown welcomed by Al Schmid, whose business rented Boomer the canoe.
I hope that he gets convicted of something, because if he does not, they will just laugh at the patrols from now on.
Boomer is not laughing, trying to tell his 8-year-old son why he may go to jail.
I was having fun, I got in trouble. And he said, do I have fun? Am I going to get in trouble someday? I said, no, you're not going to get in trouble someday. It's hard to explain.
Now he has his day in court. This time, Boomer hopes to stay afloat. For today, Ann Thompson, NBC News, Standish, Michigan.
It's 7:19. We'll be back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.